All right. So as the title of the video said, you know what time it is. I'm going to talk about sales and why you're not getting any of it. So let me start. The reason why I'm doing this is actually for a few reasons. First off, I am going to be doing something tomorrow to help out a new friend, a new land investing friend. We're going to do a little something. I'm going to go over an overview about how I like to approach sales. So if you're in my coaching group, you know, you're getting my tutelage, you already know what this is and you got the details and you have me in there helping you do this and make adjustments and things of that nature. But for those of you who've been in a group for a while, you kind of maybe know about a little bit of the overview. So I'll go a little bit into it. But most people, they don't know about this stuff. And this is why a lot of people are having trouble with sales. And this isn't just from land. I've learned this from other industries as well. And I learned from making a ton of mistakes. So this is going to be good stuff. But I'm going to be sharing the details of what I do tomorrow a little later. Today, before I can go into what you should do, we got to break some old ass habits that is messing you up and that's keeping you down. So what we're going to talk about first is how this all got started. Now, there's two things. One, as I said before, I'm gonna help somebody with their investing. But two, I posted something in the group. I said, hey, I got a couple of properties. I'm really excited. Actually, I'll read it's a quick little post. I just got 2 more small lots for 800 each. Each sells for about 2,500 each. Don't sleep on these smaller deals that are quick and easy. Now, the reason why I posted that is because I made a commitment to you guys and to myself that I started this Facebook group so more people can actually see what I'm doing. They can understand the land investing business and they can help themselves do better in this industry or understand, hey, I can jump into this and it doesn't take much, or I can jump into this and make a ton of money. Now, for me, I haven't been posting enough of what I've been doing because I've been trying to focus on everybody else. And I understand that's been doing you guys a disservice because it maybe gives people the false impression of what's really going on or what it takes to be successful. As I was saying before, I like these smaller deals. I like big deals. I like them both. I think you need both to be successful. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, looking at the page, a lot of people are saying interested. I'm like, interested in what? I'm just telling you guys what I just did. And I think these are people who are looking to wholesale. I'm not really sure, but if they're wholesale, great. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't understand why you would want to know more about this piece of property that I said nothing else. Notice I didn't say where it was. I didn't say the location. I didn't say, the time frame. I didn't say any of those things. But people are interested all of a sudden. I'm like, what are you interested in? And so I'm like, okay, I think there's a fundamental disconnect. And I think this is why a lot of people are struggling with sales or even with wholesalers looking to find people to buy property from their buyers or from people they're buying from. There's a fundamental difference. There's a fundamental misunderstanding, all right? And in my opinion, whether you're buying or selling property yourself or you're wholesaling it, you're probably doing it wrong. You're probably doing it backwards. How do I know? Well, look at your bank account. Your bank account will be the indicator. It's not whether I believe so or not. I could be completely wrong, but your bank account will tell you. If you're still working a 9-to-5 job, I would imagine you're not at the level that you want to be at. Now, you could be on your way there. And if that's the case, then don't worry about that. But if you are not there and you don't see, you don't have like, hey, I know I'm going to be able to walk away from my 9-to-5 at this date, at this time. I got my letter of resignation ready. You don't know what you're doing. You're probably doing it backwards. It's like saying, hey, I want a championship basketball team, but I need to get championship players by winning a championship. Doesn't make any sense. You got to start by building the foundation, building the culture of winning, getting a good coaching, developing in talent, understanding that you're not going to just win a championship the first year you put a team together, understanding that it's a process and you have to learn and get better and go through the ups and downs to keep going toward that trajectory. And so I say you're doing it backwards. Now, I'm going to go over the 5 different things that I know that's hurting your sales right now. And it all starts with the first thing. Number 1, you don't have a plan. Write that down. You don't have a plan. What does that mean by that? Number 1, you don't have an actual investment budget. You don't know how much you can invest. And then therefore, you don't know where you should be investing that money. You're just like, oh, I just want to get into this. Okay, we all start there. Nothing wrong with that. But when do we actually look to go, hey, I'm trying to do a little bit more. I have this amount and I want to invest it by this date. And at the end of it, I want this type of return. If you've done that, raise your hand. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, yeah, I noticed the same thing. I didn't, but yeah. So you don't have a plan. Now, no budgeting, no time. And again, you don't have an end game, meaning not just, hey, I want to, if I have 5,000 invest, I want to turn that into 15,000. I'm talking about like, why do you need the money in the first place? What is it for? A lot of people will say vague things like financial freedom. I want to create a legacy. What does that mean? If you're not clear on it, how are you going to be able to go through the motions every day to do what it takes to actually do this business properly? You got to be crystal clear on why you're doing this. Otherwise, one bad response, 1 week of people not calling you back after you put your land for sale, and you're ready to call it quits or find the next shiny object, cryptocurrency or whatever, right? So you got to make sure that you have a plan and an end game. Now, this is what you should do. I'll talk more about planning in the next video, but in general, have your budget, how much you want to invest, have an end game, as in like how long and whatnot, the big picture as well. Have a timeline of when you want to actually deploy that money into a property and when you want to actually recoup that investment, and then go from there. Now, one last thing I want to point out, before we jump into more reasons why I don't sell, you'll see why this matters in a moment. A lot of people are asking about, should I start an LLC? What about taxes and things of that? My question to you is this: if you don't have a plan, are you even going to be in the game a year from now? Are you going to be doing enough volume or enough money for these things to actually matter? You guys see what I'm talking about? If you don't have a plan, you're not going to be able to sell shit because you're going to be in the wrong market. You're going to be doing the wrong things. You're going to be wasting your time. And you're not going to know what to do to fix it because there's no plan to understand. There's no plan to adjust from. So without a plan, you're screwed. All right. Now, why did I bring up the wholesalers or whoever? It's because I don't think they have a plan. If I don't say where the property is or how much it is or anything like that, how does that fit into your overall plan? I just said I have a property that I bought for 800. I'm gonna sell for 20. It's already sold, by the way, so don't ask about it anymore. But I told the people, I'm like, hey, I bought a property for 800. I'm gonna sell for around 2,500 per lot. You should do these things too. They don't got to be big properties. But a lot of people don't have a plan. So, hey, I'm interested. Tell me more about it. Why? How does that fit into your plan? How does that help you? You just getting anything you can get, don't care about where it is? Or do you just want to waste your time talking to people who have properties that you end up not wanting anyway? Either way, that just speaks to me. There's no plan in place and you don't know what's happening. And you're just wasting your time, spinning your wheels in the mud. So that's got to be the first. That's the first prerequisite. Have a plan. Understand what you're trying to do. Now, the next thing about why your property is probably not selling, besides that fundamental reason, is that you probably bought a property that does not support your goal. Again, if you don't have a plan, there is no goal. You're just you're chasing money, and you chasing money. See how well that works. It's like men who chase women, right? Those thirsty ass dudes out there who are hell, just fall for those thirst traps and all that. How well do they do with the ladies? Let me know. Now, here's the thing: when you don't have a plan, and that means you're going to buy property that don't support your goals. I mean, you're buying random shit. That means anybody who has anything available, no matter where it is in the country, you're interested in it. It doesn't matter if it supports your goals or not. It doesn't matter if it supports your brand or not. It doesn't matter if it supports anything that you're trying to do. You see something, you're chasing it, right? Doesn't work. You don't think about the end game, as in who is going to buy this property from you? Who's going to pay what price, the price that you want for it? How long is it going to take for you to find that person? If you don't have a plan, you don't think about these things. You're just chasing the money. And you will never catch the money that you chase. All right. What you should be chasing, in my opinion, is the skills, is the consistency, is the thoughtfulness. That's, in my opinion, what you should be chasing. The money will be a result of being better at sales, at acquiring property, at vetting investments. The money would be a result of that. That's how you know you're doing it right. But if you're just chasing the money, I mean, we already know what happens when that happens, but you end up not having anything at all. So far, am I making sense? Because I know you guys were probably expecting some magic bullet or some magic lead source that you guys don't know about. And I haven't said anything about that yet. Am I making sense? Just want to make sure we're on the same page here. I'm just checking the comments. So far, we're good. So far, we're good. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The next thing we're going to talk about, or the next part of the reason why you're not making any sales, is that you don't have enough advertising out there to let even people know that you exist. So I guess I can call him a friend or acquaintance. His name is Markel Russell. He just posted this on Instagram. He's like a very, very, very successful internet coach, marketer. He has this program called Client Attraction. It's actually pretty good from what I hear. And we're in the same mastermind group, so I don't know about how well he's doing. And he put this up. He goes, "Why pay to succeed when I can fail for free?" And he's saying that's what a lot of people who are quote unquote entrepreneurs who have less than six figures, that's their daily mindset. Why pay to succeed when I can fail for free? And I thought that was pretty spot on about what I'm about to speak about now. A lot of people out here don't get any sales because they're relying on two free methods, which again, they're not terrible. Sometimes they work pretty well, but they're not enough. And that their sales and the frequency of sales is telling them that, but they refuse to change or to seek other ways to do this. And that's Facebook and that's Craigslist. Both are free platforms. Both are okay, part of your overall strategy for your sales strategy. But as the only two, you're going to be sitting there mad at people calling everybody a goddamn tire kicker. Hello. Hello. Maybe it'll blow your mind that it ain't the tire kickers, it's you. Now, here's the issue with Facebook. I explain this to the people I'm coaching. And I've said this here, I think, a few times, but just to reiterate, people don't come to Facebook to buy land. They come to Facebook to talk shit about other people, talk shit about politics, act like they're right, get validation by getting likes, things like that, right? They're not here to look for property. So when people do see your listing on Facebook as they're scrolling, sure, it might pique their interest, but they're not in a place where they're ready to buy. But it's very easy to just say, hey, I'm interested, right? Do the work for me. Send me the information. It's funny how they did that to me too, even though I didn't ask for it, but whatever. It's weird that people think that's going to be what's going to take the sale. I understand there's 3 billion people on Facebook. I totally get it. But now are all 3 billion people American citizens? Do they have the money to buy land, even if it's only a couple $1,000? You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand Facebook is not going to be the thing that helps, or that should be fueling your thing. Craigslist is similar. The difference with Craigslist, at least there's people who are on Craigslist, they're searching for land because they have to type in, hey, they have to go to like the real estate section of Craigslist and see what's available. And then they can click, vacant land and all that. But in general, those two free platforms, again, they're okay as a small part of your overall strategy, but as the main thing, no. So I don't see a lot of people who are serious about this putting money into their advertising the way a real business does. They can do paid ads. You can just pay for a platform like LandWatch and just, have them do the paid ad stuff for you and have their leads come to you. You can pay for neighbor letters. You can go old school and put a classified thing in a newspaper, pay for some drone videos and put that up, pay for somebody to go out there and take some actual photos and put a for sale sign on a lot. There's a lot of ways that you can invest your money to help you sell quicker. Again, you don't need to spend a ton of money doing this either. You just got to be willing to do it. And my overall strategy is I do a little bit of everything. Now, how much do I spend when I'm advertising the property? Well, it depends on the property. On a cheaper property, like the 2 lots for $800 that I pay for, I'm not going to spend a whole lot because it's not going to return a whole lot. And I don't want that to eat into my profit. But I do have a subscription to these higher performing platforms where you can actually sell your property. And because of that, I get leads much faster. I'm not afraid to pay for a higher quality lead. So I get higher quality. When you want to play around for free so you can fail for free instead of paying for success, these are the results we're going to get. Yes, all land sales and eventually you'll be able to sell your property, but at what cost and for how long it's going to take for you to do it? Are you going to be stuck doing terms payments? Or if you're a wholesaler, just have your contract expire and have things like that happen where now the overall general perception of wholesaling is getting more and more negative because people can't honor their commitment to quote unquote buy the property. And now it makes it harder for everybody else. And that's why there's so much legislation going on against wholesaling these days. Just found out 2 more states are actually adding legislation this year, Kansas and Missouri. They're already with joining Oklahoma, joining Philadelphia, but that's a different conversation here and there. All right. So the point is, don't be afraid to spend a little money to advertise. You're not going to be spending thousands of dollars, but you got to be able to open your wallet to help this go faster. There's a little bit of a fire. Open your wallet to buy some gasoline to pour on that fire. Now, with that said, you're still going to have to be better at your ads, at the photos you have, and things of that nature. But in general, just have an understanding that you got to be willing to do more, to spend a little bit of money is the first step before we even talk about writing better ads. All right. Now, here's the thing. When you do that right and you're on the right platform, you'll know what to say. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. What do people want to know when they're searching for land? Not people on Facebook, but when they're out there at these places typing in, where can I find land in this place? How much? Where is it? Is this a deal? What can I do with this property? I'm going to tell you again. How much? Where is it? Is this a good deal? And what can I do with this property? You answer those and you do it properly, you're going to get leads coming in. All right. Right now, you guys aren't doing that. You're giving them a bunch of stuff that they don't care about, and you're not answering the questions that they do care about. Now, there is a time and a place to sell, as in, like, add flowery language, paint a picture in people's minds so they can understand what they're buying and actually see themselves in the property, or on the property, I should say. But before you answer those questions, they got to know, does it satisfy my early criteria? So far, am I making sense? Let me know. Just want to make sure. Okay, good. I think we're good here. So far, we're good, making sense. All right. Coming down to the wire. Last thing. Let's just say you're doing all those things right. You're getting a bunch of leads. This is where a lot of people fall on their face why they're getting no sales. You guys follow up like shit. It's terrible follow-up. It's terrible. You lose track of everybody. You have no way of understanding who is where, or who should be focused on versus those who need a little bit more time. You don't know how to keep your leads straight, as in something to keep more like some kind of CRM, whether it's something you build yourself or you just use an off-the-shelf solution. You don't have a way to understand and vet leads to know where they are in the buyer's journey. Hell, you don't even understand the buyer's journey in general. And the buyer's journey is basically this. We all go through these different phases and stages when we're going to buy something of significance. And usually it's dictated on a problem we have in our life. The problems can be big or small. Now, the early stage is people are problem unaware, therefore they're solution unaware. So they're going through their life not understanding, damn, this is a problem. Something's wrong. Something's not right. A lot of us are in that state in various areas of our life. The next stage is, hey, I know there's a problem with something. I have no idea how to fix it. So that's called problem aware, solution unaware. So that's when people maybe start to do some Google searching, or maybe if they're on Facebook and they're scrolling, they happen to see your ad, that it catches their attention because they're aware of a problem. You're like, oh, wait, maybe this land parcel can solve my problem. Let me see. That's when you get the, hey, I'm interested remarks and all that. The next stage in that, they're problem aware, and now they're solution aware, meaning they know there's different ways to solve that problem, but they haven't picked on a solution yet. They just know that these solutions are out there and they exist. So when they are searching more so in places that are like land watcher, like, hey, I want to find some land and I want to find it in this area, and they're going for it, that's where they are. They don't know. They're looking at a couple of different parcels. They're like, okay, this one seems good. This one might work. I think I can afford this one. And that's where they are. All right, after that, they're problem aware, they're solution aware, and they're starting to narrow down between one or two options. So now they're getting a lot more serious about actually solving this problem in a timely manner. So now maybe it's between you and somebody else, and it's like, who's going to give the better deal, or what property actually ticks off the most boxes for that person. And the final one is problem aware, solution aware, and they know exactly which one they want. It's just a matter of them getting it. Do you, answer this honestly, do you have a plan to help you understand where people are in that spectrum? Do you have a plan to get them from step 1 to step 5? Most of you guys say no, and you're wondering why you ain't getting no sales. All right. Now, when you do that right, though, even if they don't buy from you this one property, guess what? They're going to come back to you again. I just had a text right before. Hey, did you get any more unrestricted lots? I just got a call right now, but it's a scam, so it's fine. Talking to another gentleman. He's not buying one of the lots I have for sale, but I'm saying, hey, I got another one I'm working on right now. We've been talking back and forth. And he's actually went out and took pictures of the area before I even bought the property. The thing is, because I'm following up with these people and I'm building these relationships, now they trust me. Now they're looking for me instead of going to Google. Why do you think I can sell so damn fast? Because I take the time to understand what they need. I take this time to understand where they are in the buyer's journey. And I take the time to help them go through those different stages. Even if those stages don't end up buying from me, I'm still going to add some value to their lives. And the more value I can add to people's lives, the more sales I'm going to be able to get in the back end. That's just how it works. Money goes where value is. So at the end of the day, you have to be able to follow up and then cultivate these relationships with people, because they're going to be the ones that's going to buy from you repeatedly. Now, obviously, if you're buying something in a whole new area that you haven't bought and sold before, it's going to take time. Like everything I told you about is going to take time, right? You're not going to just all of a sudden do some of these things and all of a sudden a sale is going to happen the next day. It's going to take some time to kind of build that up, to set things up, to understand what you need to do on a daily basis. And the good thing is you don't need a ton of time, just a little bit of consistency every day. Now, some of this will take work. It's going to take dedication to your vision to execute the plan. When you don't feel like it, you're tired, you're angry, things aren't working, you still got to do it. You still got to do it just like any other business, just like any other person looking to be successful in anything. A lot of people don't want to put in that work. They want the glory and the accolades, but they don't want to go to practice to get there. So last thing, this works best when you stay consistent with the area that you're investing in. Another reason why I didn't understand why people wanted a property, they didn't know where it was. It's like, if you're known to have a lot of land in county A, so people are, say, seeing your ad and you're building up a great buyers list. So everybody that comes in that buyer's journey, you kind of know where they are, you're tracking their progress, things of that nature. So next time you get another property in that same area, like, hey, I got something that fits your needs. Are you interested? Oh, actually, I am. If you're not looking to stay in an area or a couple of different key areas, I do recommend having 3 areas once you're up and running. But when you're first getting started, just find an area and get really good at that area. If you're not looking to do that, then everything is going to take a lot longer to sell, because you have to build up your reputation. You got to start showing your brand out there. You got to let people start to get to know you before they're going to be more comfortable selling, unless you're getting something for a smoking hot deal and you're passing on that deal to somebody else. So let's say you bought a property for $1,000, you sold for $8,000, but it's worth like 12. Smoking hot deal, right? For everybody involved. That will kind of help get your foot in the door. That would accelerate things. But if you can't do that because you overpaid for property, because you didn't have a plan, because you just got anything and everything that was available to you, it's going to be hard to kind of make inroads. You don't have any flexibility. You're not adding any value. So the next lesson, I'm going to go over the building blocks of how to build this foundation. Now, you're not going to be able to get the whole game in that, because only my coaching clients can do that for me, or I do that for my coaching clients and everything like that. So let's make sure that we're paying attention, because even though I can't give you the details and go into your individual situation, I can still give you the overview. We're still going to be powerful. It's still going to help you understand what you need to do on a daily basis, and just in general when you're advertising property, and hopefully it's going to help your investing, because what a lot of us are doing right now just does not work. So we got to be better. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. I think that is it. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I don't want to go too long with this. Tomorrow, I'm going to have another one out. It will not, I don't think it'll be live. It could be, but if it is, it's going to be very early in the morning, early for me, 9:30 or so Pacific Standard Time, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. If enough of you guys want that and it's okay, I might do that one live. But in general, I'll post it tomorrow or sometime after I'm done. Other than that, if you have any questions, ask them below. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.